Nancy is beautiful, she's bright, she looks at you like she knows you. She's an amazing, funny, clever little girl. And she's just like any other baby really. But she does have cystic fibrosis, and it does affect her in ways that isn't really fair for a little baby. Cystic fibrosis is a life-limiting genetic condition. It affects all the major organs in the body. The body basically hangs on to all the bacteria in a really thick, sticky mucus that the body makes, and therefore causes infections. You get lots of mucus in your lungs, and you can't breathe properly. You get lots of mucus around your major organs. Things don't move properly through your bowels. It clogs up the enzymes in your pancreas, which means that your digestive juices can't break down foods, and therefore you can't absorb all the nutrition that you ingest. Every day Nancy has to take these medications. These are just what she takes right now, and as she gets older, this will probably, by the time she's 10 years old, this will have tripled in number. If these were all in tablet form, she'd be taking probably about 15 tablets a day. By the time she's 10 years old, she'll be taking in the region of 40 tablets a day. A day in the life of Nancy is very long. She has to have medicine before she has her milk. Right then, medicine time. The Fluclox is the antibiotic that she has every day, and the Augmentin is the antibiotic that she's on at the moment because she's got a respiratory infection, which is basically a cold. Ready, 1, 2, 3, go! Good girl. Here we go. Good girl. I'm going to give her some Nistin oral suspension. It's an antifungal that stops thrush or reduces thrush. Because she has so many antibiotics, she's now got oral thrush, which is quite painful because it sort of forms a really nasty coating on the tongue, and it makes her feel sick, and it gives her a really sore tongue. Ready? Good girl. Oh, God. Then she has to have her breakfast. You're going to have some breakfast? She has to have Creon with her breakfast. Creon is an enzyme that we add to all her food that has fat in it. And Creon helps break down fats in the food because her pancreas doesn't work very well. It helps break down all the fats and absorb the vitamins that are carried within fats. Quick! Oh, good girl. Well done. Clap, clap, Nancy. So then after she has breakfast, she'll have a nebulizer, which is a machine that disperses a saline fluid into her lungs. She has to put a mask over her face, and she breathes it in, and it introduces saline fluid into her lungs, which helps fluid move around in her body. And when fluid moves, it helps the mucus move, and then the mucus will come out when she coughs. Ow, yucky. You are a good girl. After she has her nebulizer, we'll try and do something physical, because physical exercise is really good for people with cystic fibrosis. Instead of making her sit still, we'll actually just get physical with her, start throwing her around the room, not literally. 1, 2, 3! That was another good girl! We'll change her posture so that she's upside down. It just helps move things around in her lungs, and it helps drain it out, and she likes it. We'll sort of drop her on the couch a little bit so that it creates vibrations in her chest. Instead of tapping her, I'm literally just going to play with her and push her over. Ready? 1, 2, 3! Again? And just generally get her breathing really deeply so that she shifts any sort of extra mucus that might be in her lungs. So we take Nancy out as much as we can to the park and down the beach, because being outside is really good for her and really good for her lungs, because it helps move secretions and mucus that might cause her problems. And obviously it's really nice to be able to come outside and socialise with people that I ordinarily wouldn't be able to spend time with, because if they have bugs or colds, we can't really hang out with them in the house. Living by the sea is really useful, because there's research to prove that people with cystic fibrosis do a lot better if they live by the sea, because of the salt content in the air. It helps them fight off respiratory infections a lot faster. Lunchtime she'll have to have extra medication. 4 mils there. Cuddy, oh, good girl. Oh, you are so good. One more nesting for Nancy. Ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, she's a good girl. Then she will have to have Creon again. Then she'll have a sleep, hopefully a long sleep, because she's been up a couple of times in the night. When she wakes up, we will then do some extra physio. Right. You're going to put your running gear on, Nance. You going running? Yeah?
Yeah.
You got your running t-shirt on? Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm going to go running with Nancy. We find that it's good for her. She enjoys doing it, and it fills her lungs up with plenty of salt air. And to be honest, it's good for her, the whole bouncing about in the buggy. And I think she enjoys the adrenaline of going out and seeing people and passing people running. If she's had snuffles, runny nose, colds or whatever, every time you go out in the buggy and within 20 minutes, half an hour, clear, every time. What we try to do as well is we bought her a trampoline, and it's a bit of fun and a bit of physio. Ready, Nance? Ready? Bounce! Do you like that? Is that good? Yeah. It's all about vibration, you know, to loosen all the mucus. And anything really, from trampolining to getting thrown around, anything does a trick. As long as it loosens it, then it's doing the job, you know. And then what we do is, ready?
So now it's tea time, and like with every other meal, we have to give Nancy some Creon, which we just empty on top of her food. Okay, this is vitamin E. This is one of the vitamins that Nancy isn't able to maximise from her diet, so we give her extra vitamin E, and she has to have it with fats so that her body can use it. So she has this once a day, usually with her tea time. Good girl. Straight down. Good girl. Yeah. We've had a really busy day. Every day is a really busy day, and now it's just nice to sit down and play with her just one-on-one without having to run around and be really active, because people with cystic fibrosis have to be really active to keep themselves fit and healthy. You going to beddy pies? Yeah. Come on then, let's go. Good girl. There we go. Say night-night. Night-night, Jack-a-Jack. All in all, it's probably about a 14-hour day for Nancy, and as she gets older, she will have more medication and her day will become longer.